Hey, what is up, guys? Welcome to Fix This Build That Sunday Night Live show. I'm Brad, and Susan is getting the kids down because we just got back from my niece's birthday party. So, happy 16th, Lily. I know you don't ever watch these, but that's okay. We were a little late getting back because we were, enjoying cake and all those other good things that you enjoy at a birthday party. So, Susan is inside with the kids. She's going to be coming out here in just a minute, so we can wait on her, but that's okay. Just launched a new video this morning, which was our 2x4 outdoor chair, modern chair, and with style. It had the little legs on. Actually, it's right down there. You can see the little corner of it, the other one. I brought it back in to do a little bit of finishing touch up on it, but I love the way they turned out on the back deck, and it goes with the other chairs that I built on the deck. And if you've not seen the video yet, go check it out. We do have plans available for that. So if you want to build a set of your own, then those are there. Make it nice and easy for you to put together. So Lynn, if you did watch it, let me know what you guys thought of it. All right, let me jump over and welcome some of our Builders Club members. We had a few new people. We had Jay from Northern Tiny Builders. Thank you, Jay. Thank you much there. Patrick Dial, Lynn R A, and Tom Gillis. Thank you to those folks for joining into the Builders Club this week, and a big thank you to all those folks that are here tonight that are part of the Builders Club. So getting early access to the video, they saw the video yesterday. They will get credits for free plans at the certain tiers, which they can pick up the modern chair or whatever else they want to pick up. And obviously shout outs in the live and just some behind the scenes footage. So if you want to help support the channel, you can go check that out at fixthisbuildthat.com/Builders Club. All right, let's see who we have here today. Who we got here? Stan said he couldn't make it. No problem, Stan. Have a good one, buddy. Daniel. We got Alan, Tyrone, and Travis. What is up, guys? I know, and I was a little late, and I said not having it this week, so I'm sure we'll probably have a lighter audience today. That's okay. And Beagle Wood, how's it going? Beagle Wood, new guy here. Yes, yeah, so to cover that quickly, we did have a trip planned for this week, and I was going to be gone right now, but then we pushed it back because there's some bad weather where we were going, so we were able to see that ahead of time. It was really crazy because we actually ended up somehow saving money by pushing it out because of just the way the flights worked and the hotel and everything. That, typically if you're within a week and you're rescheduling, you're not saving money. So that was really nice. All right, cool. So let's see here. But they said that they're reminded. Yes, yeah, and I, the funny thing is on the live, and so let me know how this works, because when I go to the actual channel, like under a different, as just like my personal account or something, if I go to the FTBT live channel, it doesn't ever show me the upcoming live for some reason. So is that the same thing for you guys? Like, how do you guys see it, or how do you click? Like, do you just have a reminder that comes up? Because like when I went in there to look at it, I couldn't even see it. Like the other day I was trying to grab it to put in, like, use the link for this video to share somewhere, and I had to go into the back end. Like, I can obviously have the link of where I set it up, but like as a viewer, I couldn't see it. Is that, like, how does that come up for you guys? I'm like still so confused about why the lives work the way that they do, but I don't know. All right, let's see here. Who else we have out here? Wait, it's very quiet. I know it's very quiet tonight because, like I said, we said we weren't going to do it, and it's going to really mess people up because then next week everybody's going to be like, well, I didn't think you were coming. I see the upcoming live on my homepage. Mario, gotcha. Okay, yeah. And I've seen that. So I see the upcoming live on my homepage. Is that at the top, Mario? Are there little things up at the top? Because like when I go in and see it, I don't see any of that. Or if it's just like on your home feed that you're talking about. Because I guess maybe the people I'm following just aren't doing lives, but maybe they are. I don't know. Let's see here, Daniel. Love the chairs. Not quite the Adirondack chairs you recommended, but close enough. Yeah, Daniel, those chairs. I still think I may do Adirondack. I still got that whole pile. That's of what I was asking you guys I should do with the rest of it. But I still want to make Adirondack chairs at some point. I won't make them now because it's like so close to me doing these, but I will at some point. Beagle Wood, what is that? Ooh, there's a super chat here. Getting ready to purchase a drum sander. What should I look for, and are there any features that I should consider? I have had several drum sanders, Beagle, so I can speak to this with some authority because I've used some good ones and I've used some bad ones. I think the biggest thing, so when you talk about drum sanders, there's two big names that I've had most of. So that would be Jet, who used to be Performax, and then Supermax. Little known fact, are those two companies. So it used to be Performax. Performax was a brand that was Jet. Then Performax sold to Jet, but then the people who did that went off and became Supermax, and so the old Performax is now like Jet and Supermax, which is interesting. But anyway, the Supermax has the 1938, which I have had, and then right now I've got the what is that one? Is that the 2244? I think I've got the 2244. I've bumped up through. So my first one was a 1632 Performax, then a 1632 Jet, then I did get a 2244 Jet, but it was really junky because it was used and it was messed up. So then I got a 1938 Supermax, and then now I've got the 2244 Jet. And so if you don't know anything about drum sanders, what those numbers are is the inches, and since it's an open-ended drum sander, it's 22 under the drum, but it's open-ended, so you can flip it around. So if you can't, so there's like an adjustment where you can open it up, so it kind of crowns it just slightly in the middle, so that it will have like a smooth, cross section in between it. So that basically, like when you feed it this way, if you flip it around, it just gives you that little bit. So it's just ever so slightly crowned in the middle of a tabletop, just so that it doesn't dig in as it's going through. So the biggest things that I would look for, and it depends upon, again, are you looking for used or new? I would highly recommend checking out the used market to see what's out there. But the things that I really like about the Jet, maybe I'll just do that. I'll talk about some of the things I really like about the Jet and what I really liked about the Supermax that the Jet doesn't have. The current Jet models have really good dust collection. Okay, so they have a plastic shroud on top, and what they did is they put, it's like a long rectangular shroud, and what they did is they put this scoop in there. So the dust collection is here, and then there's this like scoop that kind of comes in like that. It's like a shroud. And so what it does is it closes that off. So instead of trying to get suction across that whole area, it closes off in a way that it can still hit the whole drum sander, but it's killing the dead area, which increases the suction. I was kind of with them behind the scenes when they were releasing all this, and so I got to see some of the test information that they sent over, and that was a huge thing. So in my book, the Jet has the best dust collection. The 1938 from Supermax, I think one of the cool things that they have is the rapid adjustment up and down, because that is kind of a pain in the butt. Like if you're going to something new, I mean, it's not a big deal. But like if you were just sanding something that was a 1/4 inch, and then you have to throw through an 8/4, 2 or 2.5 inch piece of stock, you're like, you got to sit there for like a minute, like pulling the thing up. So that quick adjustment on the Supermax, that's a pretty cool feature. I would say hose management. Look at that, because the newer Jet ones have this little hose clip. So when you put the hose on the top and then you spin it around, it has like a little section where you can like put it in there. The old ones, it would just flop down behind it, and then you'd have to manage it. So like having a good thing for dust collection hose to manage, that's a nice one. I would definitely look at like the stand, what kind of stand it comes on. I like having mine on a mobile stand so I can move that around and in the shop. And then the outfeed tables. So folding outfeed tables is something new that Supermax started with, I believe, and now Jet has as well. And so again, it depends upon what kind of space you're using. But if you're in a small space, like a small garage like I am, I mean, this isn't small, it's a nice size 2-car garage, but I don't have a huge shop, so I need to use all my space wisely. I don't even actually use the tables on mine, honestly, because I don't feel like you need to use them all the time, but it's super helpful if you're doing big things like tabletops. So that's what I would say. I would say dust collection, dust collection, the hose management, the bottom, the mobile base, and then make sure it's got the smart sand technology. And I think pretty much all of them do. But what the smart sand technology does is it senses load on the motor, on the conveyor motor. And if you're trying to put it through and take off too much, it'll actually slow the conveyor belt down. So instead of, because if you don't do that, then you could like blow your breaker and then, you have to go reset it. And then your piece is basically ruined because you don't ever want to stall a piece out it's not ruined, but you'll have to go down a lot more because it really jacks it up. I hope that helps, Beagle. Let me know if you have any other specific questions, but that would be kind of thing. And if you are buying used, check for alignment. Like run it and make sure that the conveyor belt is going through. And one of the things, actually, the guy showed me, one of the guys that works at Jet, when they used to be a sponsor of the channel, he came over to help me set up a few things a few times. And so here's a great tip. So if you're going to buy a used drum sander, take a piece of wood. It could be plywood, it can be whatever. He likes to use MDF because it's flat. And then go across the whole thing and put your pencil lines. I know y'all can't see that because the light is blowing it out. Anyway, I just drew a bunch of pencil lines on the board. There you go. Anyway, draw a bunch of pencil lines on it and then put it through, and that will help you see if that drum is set up properly, and to make sure that you can get it so that it's taking an even cut across the entire piece. Or like I said, if you're on the outfeed side, you might want it to be just a little bit high when you're flipping boards around. Good question. Drum sanders are, they're kind of tricky because they're not really like other tools in the shop. All right, let's see here, Daniel. Yeah, I did. Yeah, Bourbon Moth did put out a video as well. That was very similar. Hey, what is up, Scott Walsh? We got Dennis Miko, Scott in the house, Katie. All right, we got people trickling in. I know I kind of messed with everybody saying we weren't going to be doing it this week, but it happens. Yes. Oh, awesome. Good, Beaglewood. Yeah, good luck on buying that, man, because drum sanders are awesome. And depending upon what you're doing, like if you are making any more than like one in-grain cutting board, I feel like a drum sander should be mandatory, or at least a table saw sled or something, or a router sled, because sanding ingrained is just a nightmare. But on a drum sander, it's a delight. And I know a lot of people try to put those through the planer, but I'm not about that life. I'm not trying to do that because I've seen some horror stories on that, or I've heard some horror stories. All right, cool. Yeah, so I think the outdoor chairs was the first project for the spring. It's felt nice. It's felt nice to like get out and start building stuff outdoors again. And we're gonna have a few more projects. We're gonna have several projects now that just kind of all came together that we're gonna be doing outside, including some landscaping stuff, as well as some more furniture projects. And there's one I'm really excited about. There's a partnership coming up with one of my partners, my workwear sponsor, Timberland Pro, and they have partnered up with, I don't know if I'm allowed to say this or not, but anyway, it's coming. It's a beer sponsor. So, I mean, they're a beer brand. They're not like a sponsor, but anyway, so Timberland Pro, beer sponsor that you all know and love. I mean, I don't know if you love it, but we've had them on the channel. We haven't had them a ton, but we've definitely had them on a few times. A little collaboration with those, and I'm going to make something cool that will be a beer themed project. So it's beer inspired. All my projects are beer inspired, honestly. Beer themed, beer inspired, but that'll be in the next couple months. Oh, Susan just brought me my. Are you out? Are you here?
I'm here.
Oh, cool.
Hello, everybody. Let me find my chair.
You should just pull that over and sit in it. Yeah, don't crack. You're gonna have to move that.
Right.
She's trying to maneuver the rolling chair around the other chair. This is we have a. Do you even drink kefir? We do kefir. Some people call it kefir. It's like a probiotic, and we got the grains, and we grow the. We don't grow the kefir. What do we do? Do we grow it?
It's sticky.
We don't grow it. What do we call it? We ferment it. What do we do?
We harvest it. No, we don't know, I guess we grow them. It's a live culture. It's kind of like.
And you put it in the milk, and then the kefir grains convert it.
They eat the sugar from the milk.
They eat the sugar from the milk, and
So
then
it makes it like low in lactate.
it's really good for your gut.
Yes, it like sets. It's like
Good gut health.
It's like a probiotic on steroids, but good. It just kind of sets
This is
up.
really tasty.
Good.
I feel like they're not quite ready yet because we just started in on a new. We make it a
We're
habit.
going
It's about
deep here, yeah.
every 6 months to a year we destroy the grains
totally
in one way
mess
or
up
the
the
other,
grains, yeah.
and so we have to buy new ones. And we should
we did.
keep
I'll
like a
really
little.
low.
Can you can't freeze grains, can you?
No, they're live, so they would die.
I mean cryogenics.
Great. I look really low. Hey, everybody. Sorry I'm late. I was busy making a
Did you
kefir
here?
smoothie.
Stand up. Do the.
Is that what
its
happened?
full height? I don't know.
I don't know. Oh gosh, connected.
Over to the other side. Right there.
Yeah, this is it.
Sorry.
That's all I got. I need my pillow. Anyway, I'm here. All right. What's
All
going
right.
on, everybody? What are y'all
Party
talking
started.
about?
We were talking about drum sanders actually.
Oh.
Yeah.
I remember when you got your first one. You drove to Kentucky to buy it.
I did drive to
you
Kentucky
were
while
like-
we were in Cincinnati.
Oh, I just remember this.
No, that was the second one.
I remember you
What
being
was that?
like, "Should I do this? Should I buy it? I don't know. I would use." It was a big, and I don't know how much it was, but I'm just saying, like,
I think the first one I bought was like $800.
that was like a big decision. I said, "Just go buy the drum sander," and he did.
I did.
Pretty much.
I bought it.
That's how it went down. So anyway, yeah. Hey, everybody.
Katie said she was eating Ethiopian for dinner.
Oh.
Have we ever had Ethiopian? I
I
don't
was
think we
just
have.
thinking that.
What kind of food is that?
I don't know. I
don't
don't
know
think
either.
so.
I don't think we've had that. Oh, Beagle. Yeah, if you're going to be using it for end grain cutting boards, you're gonna love it.
Yes.
You will absolutely love it. That's going to be awesome.
Every time you put it through, you'll be like, oh, like it'll just,
Yeah.
it'll be great.
I'll sing the praises.
Oh, gosh. Have you been loopy out here the whole time, or just since?
No, just now,
Okay.
just since you got
Good
here. Fermentation, Katie says.
Yes,
Of course,
it
we knew
ferments.
Katie was going to correct us.
It's almost like kombucha, I think.
Yeah,
Although
yeah.
I've never really had a kombucha. I know it's a big thing, but yeah, like you could drink it straight once you've done the double fermentation.
but it is ripe.
But
it
it's
is like
it's tart
stout.
and pungent. We're really
Yeah.
selling it, but we make it into a smoothie.
So yeah, here, give them the recipe.
We first of all, we did get a Vitamix. We bought it refurbished because we liked the deal. But we make a smoothie every single night, and we have definitely got our money's worth out of it, and it makes a great smoothie. Anyway, so we do the kefir milk. We do about a handful of frozen strawberries, about a handful of frozen blueberries, about half of a banana if it's really ripe and frozen, or like a whole fresh banana, and then about a tablespoon of.
Teaspoon or tablespoon?
Well, that's like a half one that we have in there. Oh, sorry, teaspoon.
Teaspoon.
Yeah, thank you. A teaspoon of stevia, and that's it.
That's it.
And it's delicious.
It's delightful.
Yeah, typically.
So if you have any gut problems,
I'm telling you.
go check it out.
Yeah, no, it's
That's
good.
the best.
But you have to do it regularly.
It is like liquid
You can't
yogurt.
just go fickle.
Scott.
Huh?
Scott said, sounds like liquid yogurt.
It's
It's
kind
very
of.
similar to yogurt.
It almost tastes like Greek yogurt.
Yeah,
A little bit.
it does.
Yeah,
It's delightful.
it's good.
Ooh, James had a kefir maker at one point. All right, I like it.
What? We have two kefir. We have two
I love
mason
it.
jars, and me. I'm the kefir maker.
Yeah, Susan is the kefir maker.
For like 5 years now. I didn't know about a kefir maker. I'll have to look into that.
Do the sanders come with drumsticks? I can't tell if that's a joke or if that's sanders and drumsticks.
I think it's a joke.
It is a joke. I like that. That sounds like a joke that I would make. So I like that. Yes.
It does.
Yes.
Yes.
They do come with drums. Actually, that is a good tip. If you when you pull the trigger, get one of those big rubber blocks. I mean, it's like a rectangular rubber eraser. It's almost like a eraser that like you would clean that you clean sandpaper with, and it's just this like big rubber. It is like a rubber stick. You could call it your drumstick. And then as the pad or as the paper on there gets built up, then you just run it across there.
It's very satisfying.
It is. It's really. Here,
Just
I'll go
like
grab it
cleans it
and
off.
show you, just so you know
You
exactly
could
what I'm
even call
talking
it
about.
Rise of Lights, but it's not Rise of Lights. For those of you that remember,
literally, I think just like a big piece of rubber.
I can't hear you.
I know. So it's literally just like a big piece of rubber.
It's like gum. What would that be? Like the
rubber gum tree. I mean, it's like hard though. This is like, so it's not like super bendy rubber. So it's nice and firm. So you can see I use this side I use this on the oscillating belt sander, this side here, because it's nice and flat. And then this is the one. It kind of looks like a pencil now, like. But I'll use that and just sweep that along the paper while it's spinning.
That was blue.
Oh, that's when I did epoxy, because it was all gummed up with epoxy.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so you can like get up, and it extends the life of your sandpaper. So
That's
definitely
cool.
pick up one of those.
And it's really satisfying.
It is, yeah. You just like it's almost kind of like turning, like wood turning.
It's just like a big eraser. It's like you get all that stuff off there. Yeah.
And it does kind of make a mess though, and you can kind of see the gunky. I can't wait till we get the new cameras.
Me too.
It'll focus. It'll be cool.
I say that every day.
But anyway, it does kind of get messy because like the rubber, it doesn't like disappear. Obviously, it just spreads off of here and then it like shoots all over the inside. Hopefully, a lot of it gets sucked up in your dust collector. But yeah, would highly recommend this for if you have an oscillating spindle sander, if you have any type, or a disc sander, if you have any type of large sander, like other than a handheld sander, one of these will definitely help you extend the life of your paper.
Where would you get said rubber block?
Amazon. Search for big rubber block. I have no idea, what would you call this? Like a sandpaper cleaner rubber block is probably what I would type in, and then it would say you're an idiot, and then hopefully like that last search, so like I just try to get close, and it's like then you see that one like the last result, and you're like, yeah, that's
like when you don't exactly know how to spell something, and you just try to get close enough for spell check to be like, hey, idiot, did you mean?
Did you mean?
Like,
this?
yes,
like,
that's exactly what I meant. Yeah, but no.
Wait. Oh, hold up.
Hold up.
What's up, Mark the Maker? Katie says her new job, she gets a 30% Home Depot discount.
What is this?
Katie,
job?
that's insane.
30% off of wood?
That is
wood?
Because I mean that's like below cost for probably most of the stuff.
Has Katie shared what
for
her
sure for
job
lumber?
is?
I don't think she said
this
exactly
like-
what it is.
Tell us more, Katie.
Yeah,
We're intrigued.
that is crazy.
30% is like.
Alan, yes, that it does. So today's beer of the week was my Kefir smoothie, blueberry and strawberry
and banana. Yeah, and water. We're really boring this week.
It's tasty. I know.
Yep.
All right.
Did you say why you're here?
Yeah.
Okay.
I did.
Here. I figured people would be like, you said you weren't going to be here this week.
I know. Stan was like, they said they're not going to be here. I'm out. So like before
you
I got
were
here
not
because I was
wrong,
late
Stan.
too.
Right.
He's gone. He just typed. I'm out of here.
Tricky. She's like, this seems like a fake out. This seems like April Fool's.
Yeah. My bad.
You would not be wrong to think
My bad.
that.
Oh, by the way, I was waiting for you to get back. I was just looking through the channel for whatever reason. 2-year anniversary.
Today, we're still here.
2-year anniversary of the live.
Yep.
So
Not of the
our
live.
first, yes, of the
me
live.
on the live.
No, of the live. Well, I didn't do it before you were here. I didn't do it on the YouTube channel.
Oh, gotcha.
So of the channel, our first live was March 29th of 2020.
We were like, okay, there's this thing called COVID.
Yeah.
The world has shut down.
COVID.
Let's go ahead and do a live
Let's
every
do a
Sunday
live.
night. We got nothing else going on.
That's
which
right.
Is,
there you go.
Was
We've been here for 2 years.
Yeah.
And a lot of you have been here with us
Yeah.
for the
Thanks
entire
for
time
sticking
or most of the
around
time. So
and-
there you go.
Listening to us.
Yeah. Maybe
That's pretty cool.
2 more years. Maybe not. I mean, we've only got 17 people here, but
Well, they didn't
these
know
are
we
the
were going to
17.
be here.
I know.
Yes.
We could have had at least 27.
What did you say about like next weekend?
I said I won't be here.
We think.
Oh, well, yeah. So we're flying Southwest, and there's been like crazy
12,000 cancellations.
Yeah, Malecki was in Nashville for a bachelor party. I didn't get to see him because they were doing bachelor things, and then he texted me last night and he's like, dude, they canceled my flight for tomorrow, and I'm like, what? It's like Southwest, they had over 1,000 cancellations, And
Like 1,200
yeah,
maybe it
and they
was.
couldn't get him booked. So he was, I didn't tell you this. He was like, "How much are you asking for Big Blue?" I was like,
I thought about Big Blue. I was like, well, if John could drive him up there, as long as we could somehow get him back, or he could just go ahead and sell him up there, like that would work. But
right. No,
we didn't quite.
But
come
he's
to
got
that.
like guys with him too. So, but I mean, Big Blue would have been great. They
I
could have
mean,
thrown their luggage in the back
you know,
and
you
drove.
could seat 4 people
But
in
yeah,
there,
I was
easily.
like 10 grand. He was
Did
like,
you really?
I mean, that's what I would love to get from. I mean, I hadn't done any, I hadn't listed it yet.
I
so.
didn't hear any of this. This is new to me.
I know, it's funny.
What,
So
did he just
was
laugh?
gonna save it.
What did he do?
Oh yeah, he was like, I think he said like, he laughed or said wow or something. And I was like, I'm not. I was like, dude, things are going crazy here. Because yeah, like stuff
People, like we know people who just traded in their car. Well, this is off the whole airline thing. Just traded in their car, and they got for the trade-in as much as they paid for the car like 4 years ago.
Oh, I was reading a thing where a
It's
guy
insane.
got more. He had drove a car. He had bought a used car
That's insane.
and then drove it for 2 years. He bought it for $26,000 and traded it in for $28,000.
But so you have to have a car to drive after that.
Right.
It's the only, it's like the
that's
same.
the
It's like housing.
That's
You
like
know,
the
like
housing, yeah.
could you sell your house? Yes. Could you get a
Yeah.
lot of money for it? Probably. But where are you going to go live? Like unless you
Yeah.
already have that lined up, you're in trouble. Yeah. So next weekend, we're supposed to be flying, and so there is some concern there.
Yeah,
We're
yeah.
going to kind of gauge
We'll
that.
see how that works
We
out.
may be here next weekend.
We may
both
be
of
here.
us. Yeah.
Plan on us not being here,
We may
but
delay.
watch the notifications or whatever.
Yes.
Katie says she's an account manager for HD Supply. That makes a lot of sense. HD Supply is such a weird thing, Katie, because I've known they've been around for, like, when I used to own rentals, I had a rental property up in Cincinnati, so this was a long time ago, but I would I would get, because they're like industrial, but it was the weirdest thing. Like, it was like I guess it's a lot of direct. It's a lot of B2B, so there's not a lot of, like, advertising.
Look at you, B2B. It just sounded cool. Sorry.
I know.
Okay, I have a question.
Yes.
HD Supply. I'm assuming this is not like Home Depot
Yes.
Supply. Oh, it is Home Depot Supply.
Yeah, Home Depot Supply.
But-
Why do you think she gets a 30% discount
well,
on Home
that's why I
Depot?
was confused. I thought that was going to be like,
it's like
no,
HD Supply. It's like they're in
Home Direct Supply or something.
No.
Oh, that's cool. So it's like a whole different division.
Yeah.
Oh,
I think it's a whole different company.
never knew about
It's
that.
like a subsidiary, probably.
Okay.
Thank you for all the congratulations for our 2-year anniversary.
Yay,
I
thank
got her something nice,
What'd you get me?
a short chair
Yeah.
and a rubber
Block
drumstick.
of rubber thing. Yes.
Yeah,
No.
that's how we roll around here.
I mean, we just happened to notice it.
Yes. Oh, Depot used to own HD Supply, divested it, aka sold it, and now bought it back. That is
I
interesting
wonder
to
if
know.
they paid more to buy it back than they did when they first sold it or whatever. Possibly.
Yes.
Like going around right now.
Tyrone finished his shop, a 30
Oh.
by 40 shop.
That sounds like
moving
an
in
achievement.
moving in tools tomorrow. Scott, or Tyrone. Congratulations, man. That is fantastic.
Brad claps,
Um,
and he's excited for you, and he's also a little bit envious.
I clap in anger.
In envy, not in anger.
Yeah.
That sounds awesome.
Yes,
that's
that is
great.
fantastic. We, we have every once in a while a property will come up or something will come
gosh.
up either on the commercial side or just like on land side because we've been, evaluating both of those. And this one recently came up. I don't even know.
It catfished us, people. It catfished us.
It did catfish. We got
They had these
completely catfished.
beautiful photos.
Oh, are you talking about the renders or the?
No, I'm talking about the pictures that didn't include
Oh yeah, yeah. So
the
there's
major
two. Well, there was
landmark
two.
issues that you can't get around.
Because
yeah.
you called the other one a catfish. You didn't call this one.
Oh.
The
what was
the renderings and then you go through.
Oh, that was amazing. Oh my gosh. Okay,
So-
tell the people.
Yeah. So
was
I
ridiculous.
get I have the searches so when new stuff comes up and so this thing comes up and it's like these renderings like I should have known like if your first picture is a rendering, it's and it
There's an issue.
you're assuming it might be like raw land or not or just
Right.
vacant, whatever, and. So it was like, okay. And so I'm like clicking through and it's like a building, and then it's like showing all these interior views and the floor plan. And of course, they've got all the people like sitting around the fireplace and
Right.
like all this.
'Cause we'd have that,
All these
yeah.
things you would imagine in a rendering.
the parking
of a-
lot, like
of a
just
spot.
like everything, like from every possible angle.
Oh, yeah, they had, like, 6 renderings.
Looking so cool.
And then like you click it again because it's like a gallery. And so it's
Right.
like click. And then it goes to this next one, and it is this gas station, service station. It's like a 2-bay. I mean, this place looks like it's going to fall down.
It's been through it.
It's like a white cinder block. I mean, if you call it white. And just like crackly, and like the doors are all tore up. I mean, it was
the parking lot is like weeds everywhere, and
good.
Nothing, like just like gravelly in certain spots. Like it was horrendous.
And they were like, "Oh, we could turn this into, like I would have if that had just been like raw land, and they're like, hey, here's how you could use it. I'd been okay. But they're like, oh no, we can turn this into that. And I was like. Yeah, that's a stretch.
And they were charging as though it was the
that was already there.
Yeah, you're like, no.
And then the other place
crazy.
Was a ton of land.
Lots of land.
It was like 48 acres.
Because we need that,
Because we need that, and I was like super excited. But it had a huge barn. It has a huge barn. It has a huge barn, like massive. Like I didn't even do the measurements on it, like just on the aerial view. But I want to say it was probably like 30-ish by probably like 100.
Really big.
Massive barn, and then like this little house that looked fine.
Which is fine, yeah.
And like rolling hills, it just looked a little pond, looked beautiful.
Gorgeous. The pictures were beautiful. It looked pretty flat.
Yeah, and so then we go to the aerial view, and the first thing we see is like power lines just ripping right through this property. Like not like little power lines.
Yeah.
Like the big daddy, like the 50-foot power lines, metal. The bases are like 6 foot in diameter. Like
2 of them right in your front, like 2 posts.
2 posts.
And then like you look, so just pretend like you're in your little house. It's a little quaint house. I mean, whatever, that's fine. And you go out on your front porch, and you've got the rolling hills before you. It's so scenic, but straight in front of you, power lines, because it's like at the same height, we think.
200 feet in front of the house.
Right, 200 feet. We did measure that.
A mile away. This was 200 feet. And then on the same property, there on the back of the property, like a little bit up from the house,
like up the hill behind it,
was like a cell phone tower.
A big cell phone tower. So pros.
I zoomed in. I zoomed in to look at the cell phone tower, and like I don't know if this is like what happens all the time or just on this one day. There was like 6 cars. So there's like a drive.
It was like a party at the cell phone tower.
They drive through your driveway to get to the cell phone tower, and there's like 2 buildings next to it, like a little small. Like I mean, they probably look like they're maybe like 10 by 12
like little
or something
sheds
like that. Just little,
or whatever.
But they had doors,
their things.
like yeah. I'm sure there's like power in there, and
right.
like whatever. But there was like 6 cars, and I'm like, oh no, this is.
I mean, so we would have great
we get
cell phone reception. Like we would never drop a call. But I mean, you just walk outside. Hello, here's the tower.
You probably wouldn't. It'd probably shoot over you. You probably wouldn't even get good.
Oh, that
good
would really
there.
stink. But anyway, so that was insane. So we were so disappointed. Yeah. So anyway.
All good. All right. Let's see here. What do we got here? Tyrone said he can rent me a corner if I need it. I might need it, Tyrone.
I mean, we might.
I might need to come store some stuff.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, I think a 30 by 40
nice.
shop. So I've been, I've been looking for property and shops for a long time, and there's one that we were just talking about. I kind of kicked myself for not buying it, and it was a 45 by 45 shop, which is like just under 2,000 square feet, right around 2,000 square feet. Excuse me, which would be like 3 times as big as this. I think this is around 600.
Well, that was
feet.
the whole space, right? Not just the actual shop portion.
That was the whole space, and there was
a little
like
a front office and a bathroom. It was great though because it had.
But yeah, but
it had that other space too.
I never thought about that. They didn't have a kitchen or anything in there. They didn't have like a kitchenette.
You could do that because
they didn't really have a sink. They just had the bathroom sink.
I thought they had a sink. I don't know.
They did. It was back around. Yeah. It was that little slop sink that was like dug out into the thing.
Like, had we bought that would have been cool because Brad looked at it like you were talking to the guy as the information was coming in. Like, oh, there's this thing called COVID. Like,
oh yeah, this was like right
everything's
when COVID
shutting down.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it was probably 2 years ago. Like right now.
It was.
And then all the prices went up and all the inventory
anyway,
went away.
It only had 8-foot ceilings, and it was really weird. It was the original building was like half of that, so it was like 22 by 45, and then they literally built they just extended a wall the same distance and then kept the same roof. So like if you went into this side and looked over, you would see the old roof.
We're talking about two totally different places. Okay,
Yeah.
sorry. Never mind.
The roof.
That one. Never
so
mind.
it was like roof here on the old building and then like new roof up here. It was the weirdest thing ever. But
oh yeah, it didn't have a sink.
looking back now, I still would have bought it. But
yeah.
So I wouldn't know what to do either, but I would like to figure out what to do with the
This is a problem that we would like to have. What should we do with all this shop space?
That's right.
But it's all right.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, we're just, and everything around here is just so
insane,
crazy priced that, it's just, we've just resigned ourselves that we're not going to get anything anytime soon. So whatever.
I mean, we saw a house sold. That was the same price that we paid for our house 9 years ago, and it's in a not great section of town, and it was not even 1,000 square feet for the same price, right?
Yeah.
And our house is more than 1,000 square feet. Like that was just the prices are so bad. It's just nuts. I think it's something we have to change. Yeah. Everyone's in the same boat.
Yeah. So it's all good. It's all crazy.
It's all good and crazy.
Let's see. Oh, we're talking about workbenches here. I see something about workbenches coming in. I missed it. But anyway, they're talking about Steve Ramsey workbench, itty bitty.
Itty bitty.
I don't know. She said it's itty bitty.
Oh.
Just like a small.
I didn't know if it was like called the itty bitty.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe so.
I don't know.
Yeah. So that is definitely one of the things on the list here is workbench and work table. So I think what I'm going to do though, and instead of doing like the full bore thing, is true to form. I'm going to go modular. And so like build the actual workbench and then like leave it open and then like fill it in and then have like different modules that you could put in there with like, one being a drawer and then one having like, a door opening or like a router table. Like, I don't know. I haven't decided exactly what I'm going to do, but I like that idea because the wood prices have gotten so crazy that a lot of people, like I was looking at, I think, Travis from Shop Nation, he did like a, ultimate workbench, whatever. And he was like, yeah, it cost $1,600 to build or $1,500 to build the workbench. And I was like, whoa, who's got $1,500 to spend on a workbench? Like that's,
wow.
I mean, it's like,
I think if it was like for your business,
sure.
Or if you just have a lot of extra income and that's your hobby and you can afford it.
There's a lot of like retired dudes
that's a lot of money though.
Who are like, this is what they do. And it's like, $1,500, like, you save up for it and you spend it, whatever.
Sure.
But wouldn't it be cool to be able to like build it in sections? So maybe you still might spend the $1,500, but do it $500 at a time and you could spread it out over.
It's like layaway for
the
your
year.
Shop table.
Right. Layaway.
Do
that
they
was
still
awesome.
do layaway?
I remember a story a few years back where they're like, they're bringing layaway back. I think
too.
Walmart did. I think Walmart
I don't know.
brought layaway back actually I think it was the Christmas before COVID.
I think you're right.
And I think that probably didn't go well because I haven't heard anything about it since. So.
I don't know.
Just buy it in crypto now.
That's right.
Yeah.
I saw something. There was an Evite for one of the kids. I was going to tell you this, and there was like a birthday party Evite, and I replied yes. And then the next email that pops up in the Evite is, want to send a gift of Bitcoin? Like you can send Bitcoin as the present.
So like an 8-year-old.
If we ever, I know. Like here's your Bitcoin. I was like, I thought maybe it was an ad. Like it could have been. I didn't investigate.
72 Satoshis.
Satoshis. One Satoshi for every year of your life.
Yes. Do you know what a Satoshi is?
I do. It's the name of supposedly the person who started everything. And it's worth like not a lot.
Yes, that's correct. I'll get that a Satoshi. So it's a denomination of Bitcoin. Yes. So Satoshi is, I believe, it's 1/100,000th of a Bitcoin.
Wow. Right, because if you have like a Bitcoin, that's worth a lot.
That'd be like 45 cents. It might even be 1/1,000,000th, so it might be like 4 cents.
Millionth.
I can't remember. If we have any crypto heads in here, is a Satoshi
I'm
millionth
sorry, is that
or
a thing?
100,000?
Crypto heads?
No, that's not a thing.
It sounds cool though.
Crypto head.
Crypto
just
head.
made it up.
It's like a gear head, but a crypto head.
That's right.
Yeah. Anyway.
All right. Yeah. That is no bueno, Travis. We're not digging the property situation around here, but whatever.
It's fine. We're just chilling. We're thankful we have a great setup here that we don't need to we're not in any hurry to do anything. So that's good.
Yeah.
Silver linings.
Yeah. So it's all
Yeah.
good. Yeah. Tyron said his friend's brother, they put their house up for $459 and it sold for $565. That's like a Tuesday here. That happens like every day.
I mean,
but I think that's starting to go down. We've been talking about this a lot.
We've said that so many times, though.
No, not recently. Like, so with the rate hikes and all this stuff going on, the mortgage rates are way higher.
That
now.
is true.
The mortgage rates are like 4.5 plus.
Right.
Where just
like
a few months ago,
a month and a half ago,
2-ish, 2 and change. So the bank lending, the federal lending rate went up 0.25%, and the mortgage rates went up 2%.
Did you hear that the Fed dude Jerome Powell? He said somebody asked him so the next like in a month or 6 weeks or something, whenever they meet again, they were saying, could it be possible for it to go up 0.5 percentage point? And he was like, yeah, sure. And they were like, oh. Yeah. Like, economists cracked me up. It's like they're always trying to read expressions and well, what did he not say? What did they say? And he was just kind of like, sure, okay. And they're all like, oh my gosh! They're just losing their minds over it. But I mean, so yeah, it's gonna go up a lot. It sounds like over the course of the year.
It probably will.
So yeah, sorry if you're looking for a house right now and that stresses you out. I'm very sorry.
Yeah. Beaglewood says, Honest Carpenter suggests getting a solid core door for our workbench top. Yeah, that is a great suggestion because it's large and flat and readily available.
Yep.
And for the price, and who knows what they are now, but it used to be that you can get that for very cheap, and you can get them without the boring done, so that obviously you don't want to have a door handle in there. But
really
that's a great option.
To get that surface, yeah.
Yep. And so it's
It's kind of like what we did for that table, we used an old door. We turned that into a table. Remember?
Where? When? How?
That little skinny one that you made for me. You cut the door down, and it was in the office. My craft stuff was on it.
Are you talking about the tabletop?
I think it was actually a tabletop. I thought that was a door for some reason.
No, it wasn't a door. It's like butcher block top. It looks like this, except wider.
It did have a rounded edge. So that makes sense.
I was like, what are you talking about? I've never cut a door down.
I was really confident, too. I was like, no, totally.
No. Yeah, that
would be cool, though, if it was a door with some,
I took a table. There was a table that we got.
Where did we get it?
You know where I got it? I pulled it off the side of the road. I pulled off the side of the road in Cincinnati, I believe.
That's what we do, people.
Oh, dude, I'm like a notorious curb surfer. I will just, trash days. I used to live for trash day. I would just
Were you the guy? Cincinnati, if you didn't want a couch anymore and you were in the city, you could just put it out on the curb if it was trash day, and it would be gone within
seconds.
20 minutes.
Yeah.
It was so fast.
I think I've told
People drive
story,
around in trucks.
I think I told this story on there before. I remember we were putting a couch out once, and it was a sectional, so it was multiple pieces. I put the first piece out there. I go in to grab the second one, come back out, and there's a dude already taking it. And I'm like,
there's more.
I'm like, dude, there's more. Go help me out. We'll load it right up.
I put out my old bedroom furniture, and that guy, it was so nice. There was an older gentleman that came and got it, and it was for his lake house or something, and his granddaughter was going to use it. We're like, great, there's more. And so he took the whole thing, and it's just nice to get rid of it. And
I'm sure I paid. It was it was like what do you would just imagine, one of those traditional kitchen tables with just the apron around it, and then the butcher block top with a huge round over on it. It was one of those, and so I grabbed it because I was like, that's great solid wood on the top, and we still use it today.
Do we still have it?
It's in the front room. That's what the computers are on. Well, that's my little computer workstation.
Yeah, totally. We still have it. Well, we have a full-length mirror in the bathroom that our daughter said, "Where did we get this?" And I was like, "Why do you ask?"
Oh, yes.
She said, she's like, "I'm just curious. Where did you guys get this?" I was like, "Got it on the side of the road." This was.
And that was here. That was a few years
right
ago.
On the street. We were like, "Hurry up and grab it, but don't let any of the neighbors see us."
Yeah,
it was on our street.
We're trying to keep a low profile here. Nobody knows that we're scavengers.
We've been here forever, but yeah. And
then
you put a new frame on it. He put a new frame on it.
It was the cheapest. It was like an old school cheap Walmart
I do want a nicer one.
Mirror.
But hey, man, it looks nice.
Yeah.
You would never know we got it on the side of the road.
I made a butternut frame for it.
A butternut frame. I mean, I know it is. It just sounded really funny.
Butternut's the worst. I think I've said that too. Butternut is just so bad.
No, you hate that other one worse.
Mr. Davis, thank you so much. He said
one?
the chairs are A1. Like steak
right.
sauce. No.
That's like best ever.
That is A1.
right?
A1
like,
is, you don't
better
get better.
Than,
it's
better than A+.
A2.
It's like A and 1 are both first,
B1.
so it's got to be top of the pack.
A1.
Thank you. They do look great.
I'm
very excited.
Yeah. Katie's saying home insurance policies. Like I was reading, I think it was in, it was on YouTube channel I watch. Graham Stephan. He's talking about like 72% of America is underinsured for reconstruction. It's like if your house burned down, what you have your house insured for, and you need to build a new one because the home prices have gone up so much in new construction.
Shoot, I didn't even think about that.
That you're now underinsured and you wouldn't be able to build.
72%?
I believe.
We should probably
That's
look into
what I
that
heard.
ourselves. Well, we got the
build it
shop,
myself.
babe.
Build it myself, man. I don't need that money.
Build it myself. Oh, there was a story at dinner tonight about a bunch of tarantulas getting loose in a house. It was disgusting and horrible, and I was like, I would just burn my house down.
Just burn it down.
I mean, that would just
Spiders
be it
in my
right there.
house,
Never mind.
We're out.
I mean, yeah. So interesting. What else is going on over there that I can't see?
We're just all
chatting.
talking about you, how wonderful you are. No.
This is the delusion that I like.
Mr. Davis is asking about what size miter saw. So I have a 12-inch fixed. Mm-hmm. I think it seems like the most popular one out there is a 12-inch slider. So here's your options, right? 10-inch fixed, 10-inch slider, 12-inch fixed, 12-inch slider. 10-inch, I mean, in general.
What's the big Cadillac one?
12-inch slider.
Oh, there's a 12-inch slider. Okay.
So in general, I probably wouldn't go for a 10-inch. A 10-inch fix is a great entry-level one. That's what I had for a long time. Mm-hmm. And it's going to be the most accurate of all of them because it's fixed and the blade. So when you think about a blade and the diameter of a blade and the, just like slop, if you will, is that like the further you get away from the center of something that's turning radially, is that if you have a little bit of issue down here, once you get out here, it's magnified by that much, right? That distance. And so like if you're just off by like a tenth of a degree down here, no big deal. But when you get to 10 inches, that's compounded into whatever, a 32nd of an inch. When you get to 12 inches, it's compounded to
This is an engineer
16th.
Speaking about this.
I'm just saying.
I'm just sitting back and listening. It's impressive.
But there is
sense.
there is a sizable difference
Yeah.
between a 10-inch and a 12-inch if you had the exact same run out on your arbor. So your run out just means like it's not perfectly symmetrical. It's not perfectly centered, right? So when that blade spins, there's some type of wobble.
Little wiggle.
Some little wiggle. And the further you get away, the more pronounced it is. And
can you adjust that on your miter saw?
You can shim it. You can do some things, but no, it's very hard to do.
Okay.
But anyway, so 10-inch versus 12-inch, the 10-inch fix is going to be your most accurate, but it also gives you the least capacity.
Right.
So what you have to ask yourself is, what am I going to do with my miter saw? Like, what do I use it for? And do I use it for like finish cuts that I need to be very accurate? Like I make a bunch of picture frames, all right, and I need it to be super accurate, and I'm cutting very small parts. If you're doing picture frames, I would go with a 10-inch fixed all day. If you're using it just to break down lumber and potentially want to make like rough cross cuts on like larger pieces, then now you might want to go for like a 12-inch fixed, because like a 10-inch, I think you can only cut like a 1x6, whereas somebody's like 6 inches of cut capacity. Whereas a slider, a 12-inch slider, you can get like, they make them crazy now, like 15 or 16 inches. So that's the decision that you have to go through, Mr. Davis. So it really depends upon you personally and what you want to get out of it. In general, I go with a 12-inch fixed, and that's what I typically recommend, just because I like the smaller size. And then that other piece is like, anytime you put slider, and even if it's Bosch or whoever that's got all these like, it's always going to have more run out. A slider will always have more air than a fixed one. Mm-hmm. In general.
Just because there's more going on.
Because there's more going on. There's just more stuff. There's more opportunity for stuff to move. Anytime you go from one pivot point to multiple pivot points, or further, if you're on slides, again, same thing. On the back of that slide, you might be great, but if you're off just that little itty bitty bit, when you pull that out to that 16 inches, now you're off, a sizable
foot.
amount. A foot. You could.
Like you
might even not be able to
just
cut your
over.
2x4 anymore.
No, that's a really good answer.
So that
could be a blog post. That whole thing could be a blog post.
Did you write it down?
I'm making mental notes.
No, it's recorded.
It's here, I can come back.
She's going to go write a blog post.
Susan of the future. She write a blog post on
No,
this.
she's not going to.
I might.
She might. All right. So let's see here. Let's see here. Kay says she needs to introduce you to DIY Danny. She does some phenomenal stuff on cheap mirrors to make them look like anthropology.
Ooh, I like that. Yeah, I just want a bigger one because it's pretty small, and then where it's hanging,
It's very narrow.
It's just not. It's like what you would picture at Walmart, like the little.
It's like the
ones.
cheapest college room,
But
dorm room mirror you can think of.
I mean, I'm a long person. I am 6 feet tall, and then there's not. We have a wall.
And you're a wide person? Don't say that.
I didn't say that.
Oh, I thought you were going to be
I
like,
said I'm
"And
tall, and there's a wall behind it, and so I can see myself, but I just would like a bigger mirror to be able to
let's just
see it.
let's make that whole wall a mirror. I mean, you have. Let's be real here, but you want the full length
I want full length.
because you've got we've
I'm
got one
fully
of those
aware.
like showroom
Oh, no.
mirrors.
Yeah.
Like the mirror in front of her is like
It's like the whole wall. It's what they
it's
used to do.
like 8 feet wide.
No, I'm not saying I don't have mirrors. I just want a full length, like a real full length.
What if
mirror.
we got? Would it go with mirror?
Okay. I was not expecting this tonight on this live. What?
Leg specific mirrors, a left and a right.
Is this like the mirror? Have you seen the ad for? I think it's actually really good. Like there's a mirror you can get for working out. Have you seen this?
No.
It's a mirror. It's like a smart mirror
don't
on
get
your
workout
wall.
ads.
And
Oh,
then,
yes, with the person in
and
it.
then they're like working out, and you're
Yeah, yeah.
matching
Yeah,
yourself.
yeah,
It's like
yeah.
that, but for like what outfit is Susan wearing today? It's just just a cutout of my whole body. No, I don't need that. I just want a bigger mirror.
I like the
Not
idea
on
of
that wall
having
though,
a
because there's
mirror
not enough room on that wall. It doesn't matter if this is not exciting for you guys,
for- a
but
mirror for each leg.
I do appreciate the fact that the mirror was free and the frame looks really nice. I didn't remember that it was a pain for you to make, but it looks really good.
It was. What or not?
It's very
Oh my
deep.
gosh. Beagle
What?
is talking about clown spiders.
I'm sorry, who went?
Like there's something called clown spiders.
That
sounds frightening.
so scary.
I
I don't like spiders.
Yeah. Mr.
Brad kills them
Mr.
with
Dibs
his
does
bare
aircraft,
hands, people.
maintenance.
He just kills them. They're little ones,
little
but I
ones.
won't do that.
Yeah, Mr. Dibs. I used to work at GE Aircraft Engines,
Mm-hmm.
so I am somewhat familiar with aircraft maintenance, at least on the engine side.
Right.
So there you go.
And
Camel
sourcing-
spiders.
sourcing parts.
What? From the Persian Gulf. They're prehistoric. Okay, I'm out of this.
Camels, that sounds like they have a hump on their back.
Wall mirrors. Gator says the 80s called and they want the wall mirrors back.
Yeah, it's not quite that old, but yeah.
It is. All right, we've got to go. Kids
We
are still
do.
up.
They're still up. They're in there watching TV. They're living their best
They
lives
are.
right
they
now.
are. All right, guys. Thanks for hanging out. I don't think we will be here next week.
Fingers crossed, because that means
Who
good
knows?
things for Brad.
Yeah, hopefully we won't, because that means we'll be out. I'll be out doing my thing, and
But
then
yeah.
in 2 weeks we will come back. So I'm going to schedule it for 2 weeks.
Right.
But stay tuned, and
Right.
just whatever, turn on notifications on the channel.
Or if you
and
see on the
should
news,
be able to see it. And
yeah, if Southwest is canceling flights all week, pretty good chance that we're going to be here next week. We'll
see on the news. Man,
I don't know.
Man changes trip.
Because it's going to be newsworthy. Yes. No.
Yeah, then that'll be it. All right, guys. And hey, what's up, Caleb? Sorry,
Hey,
we were
Caleb.
just jumping off, buddy. I hope you enjoyed it.
Yeah, we're just heading out.
Yes.
You should probably go to bed now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get some sleep.
Bedtime.
All right. All right, guys. We'll see you in a couple weeks. If you've not seen the outdoor chair video, go check it out. Just put it on the channel and get out there, build something awesome this week, and we will see you in a couple.
All right. Bye.